My name is Malvika Varadan and I'm very proud to bring you stories from around the world. Now this is a project by The Hive and Toddle, and there are some very important rules to remember. Number one, listen really carefully to these stories. Number two, don't be afraid to pause this video and act along and follow the instructions, alright? And number three, right after we finish reading our stories, after our story time, don't forget to try out all the cool craft activities in your Toddle box and make sure that you get your hands dirty. And our second story from Stories from Around the World is another one from Africa, and it's about Bhubesi the lion. Can you see this lion? He looks really ferocious, doesn't he? I've seen a lion in real life. Have you ever seen a lion in real life? One sunny day, a boy was sitting by the river and he was dipping his toes in the cool water. And he started to feel a little bit hungry when he heard a low growl. Is that my tummy rumbling? He wondered, but it wasn't. Do you want to show me what it looks like when your tummy is rumbling? What is that face that you make? What is that expression of hungry? I'm hungry. It was Bhubesi though, not his tummy. It was Bhubesi, the mighty lion, who was famous for having the loudest roar, the strongest jaws, and the sharpest claws in the whole of Africa. And Africa is enormous. It is the biggest, well, it's not the biggest continent, it's the second biggest continent, but it's enormous. Bhubesi growled again, and the boy listened very carefully. It sounds like he's in trouble, he said. Cautiously, he moved towards the lion, and he saw that he was right. Bhubesi was tangled up in twisty vines, and he simply couldn't escape. Imagine if you were all tied up in vines, right? If something tied up your hands and tied up your legs, how would you struggle? You'd be very wiggly and you'd be very angry, especially if you couldn't break free. Do you want to try? Please set me free, begged Bhubesi. But the boy shook his head. I can't, Bhubesi, he said, because if I do, you will surely eat me. I won't eat you, said the lion, I promise. You think that's true? I don't know, should we trust the lion? The boy thought for a moment. He knew that it was very bad to break a promise, and he was sure that Bhubesi knew that too. The lion begged again, and the kind-hearted boy made up his mind. He set to work untangling the lion from the vines, and soon Bhubesi was free. You know when you untangle something? Sometimes when a necklace or a rope or a lace sometimes gets all tangled up and you have to untangle each one, you're pulling at it. How do you do that with your hands? The lion was free. He shook his golden mane and he stretched his legs. He probably became really tall and big. And then he looked at the boy and he licked his lips. Thank you, he growled. You are a very nice little boy. I wonder how you taste. But you promised not to eat me, said the boy sternly. I am so hungry, said the lion. My promise doesn't seem very important now. Promises are always important, protested the boy. How do you think he was feeling, that boy? Probably feeling really bad, right? Because he believed the lion and now the lion was breaking his word. So he probably said it like that. Promises are always important. Maybe you can try it. The hungry lion took no notice. He was just about to pounce when the boy saw a donkey and a jackal passing by. Help! Shouted the boy. Bhubesi is going to eat me! This needs your loudest voice, so maybe you can try. That's what lions do, said the donkey. But he promised that he wouldn't, said the boy. Well, at least he doesn't want to eat me, said the donkey, and hurried away. That's quite sad, right? I wish the donkey had found a way to help. Luckily, the jackal was more curious. That is a very peculiar promise for a lion to make. Especially one as big and as powerful as Bhubesi, she said. How did this strange situation come about? You know when you ask a question, something quite different happens to your face. Have you noticed? How did such a strange situation come about? You see what's happening to your forehead, to your cheeks, to your mouth? Maybe you can try a question face. Bhubesi told her the whole tale, and the jackal laughed and jackal laughed. I don't believe it, she said. A mighty lion like you could never get tangled in vines. This made Bhubesi really angry. Are you accusing me of telling lies? He roared. See for yourself how easy it is to become tangled. And he put his paws back in the vines and he wriggled and he wriggled and he wriggled. You want to try wriggling yourself? And very soon he was tangled up from head to toe, just like before. There, he said, I'm completely stuck. Now untangle me again so I can eat this boy. I think it's a silly move, don't you? I will untangle you, Bhubesi, said the jackal, but not until this boy is safely home. Even a creature as powerful as you should know how important it is to keep your promise. The lion growled. Can you show me a growl? And snarled. What does it mean to snarl? And twisted and turned left and right and turned. And there was nothing that he could do. The little boy thanked the clever jackal and ran back to his village to tell everybody about his lucky escape. And that is the end of today's story. We hope you enjoyed that story and we hope you enjoyed acting along. Now don't forget to get your hands dirty and start doing all of the craft activities associated with that story. And remember, even if we can't get on planes and travel around the world, stories and words can help us go anywhere.